Hi, I'm Ingrid Miller, and I want to talk to you today about online coaching. An online coach is a nice middle ground between, on the one hand, creating your own training plan and being entirely on your own, and on the other hand, having somebody that you're working with personally on a several day a week basis, someone that's looking at your technique and really helping you every step of the way. An online coach gives you a little bit of the best of both worlds. Usually they will design a custom training plan for you that's based on your particular situation, your history, your age, your limitations, your goals, your schedule, which is nice. And they are there for you to answer your questions. The limitation of an online coach is technique work, obviously. If you're having trouble with your running technique, it's really hard for someone online to be able to evaluate that. So the most crucial thing to remember about an online coach is that their coaching is only going to be as good as your ability to communicate with them. If you are having technique issues, an online coach should be able to refer you to somebody in your area that can help you specifically with those issues. But really, an online coach is ideal for somebody who doesn't really want to spend all the time figuring out their training plan. And it tends to be that when you do your own training plan, you figure it out once, and then you read an article in a magazine and you go, maybe I ought to change something, and you figure it out again. And then you come home and you evaluate your data and you think, maybe I ought to change it again. And you end up spending a whole lot of time for your training plan. And it's sometimes really nice to have somebody just tell you what to do. So let's say you've decided you want to try an online coach. It's funny because often I talk to people, and if they're doing an Ironman, and I say, oh, who's your coach? And they'll give me a name, and the first thing they'll say is, oh, he or she won such and such title. And I always laugh at that because I think, why does it matter how accomplished that coach is? And if you think about it, people that really excel in Ironman are exceptional athletes. And exceptional athletes have abilities that you and I don't have. And what is it about someone with an exceptional ability that makes you think that they can talk to a typical age grouper and get the best out of them? It just doesn't fit. So what really matters in a coach is three things. First, personality. There has to be a good chemistry between you. And part of the reason that I'm doing this video is that I can talk till the cows come home on my website, but you don't really get an impression of who I am. So by sitting in front of this camera and feeling really silly, you get some idea of what my personality is like, and maybe you feel there's a good fit, or maybe you think, forget it, in which case you're done and you move on. But the personality is important because the coach needs to be able to communicate clearly with you, and you need to be able to communicate clearly with them. You have to feel comfortable enough that you can be honest. Your coach prepares a training plan and assumes that you're doing it. And if you're intimidated by them, or don't like talking to them, or don't hear what they want to hear what they have to say, then you're not going to be telling them what you did that week, and then they can't design a good training plan for you, so the whole system falls apart. So the personality mix is really important. The second thing is you need somebody that you respect. And maybe that's where this idea of having a coach that's really accomplished is important. But what you want in a coach is someone that you respect because you think they know what they're talking about. Not because they're fast. Being fast, you're born fast, or you're not. You want somebody who has at least a minimum amount of education, a coaching certification. There are people that have a master's degree in exercise physiology that can be outstanding. There are people that have had a lot of experience coaching athletes like you. So you're looking for education, you're looking for experience. You're looking for something in that person that makes you feel that they have something to offer you. They have something important to share with you that you want to learn more about. The third element is that you have access to that person. You can read a book, but that's a one-way street. You need to have somebody that is responsive to you, to your questions. You go out on a long run and you get a little tweak in your calf and you're not sure if the next day you should do your training or not, or should you do something different when you go to the gym. Do you need to stretch it? Do you need to wear different shoes? What is the issue? What's going on? You really need somebody that will respond to you day by day as issues come up. Otherwise you end up losing training time and you could make a little problem into a big problem, or falter a little bit because you don't quite know what to do next. So access is really important. Usually one email a week is enough, but when issues come up, you need access to a person occasionally on a daily basis. And typically the way online coaches will charge you is based on how much access you have. So make sure that whoever you hire is available to you when you need them. So I hope that helps you decide which direction to take when you hire an online coach. And if you have any questions about coaching, feel free to email me. Go to my website, ironplanner.net, and you'll find my email address all over the place. And I look forward to talking to you. Happy training!